again to day 12 of our 50 days of becoming very wealthy. Things that you must do actually of becoming very wealthy. Welcome again to this class today. And in today's class, I'll be teaching on diligence. Diligence is very important that we, put this as one of those priorities for us to really be very successful in everything and in anything that we do in life. This covers almost every area of life. Every area of life. In the area of your finances, in your jobs, in your businesses. And it has a lot to do with, how your character is eventually playing out. All right? Because when we talk about diligence, it talks about your being focused. It talks about your being focused on whatever you're doing. It speaks about the ability to do things right, to give attention to little things, to details. Okay? It speaks of, your consistent efforts that you put into anything that you do. You can imagine anyone that is successful in life needs to have this great ability working in them. Okay? You must be very diligent. Let's look at it this way, because each time we want to do anything, we want to achieve anything, we always start from somewhere. Now the question is, wherever you are right now, how diligent are you? Let's even assume maybe you're working somewhere right now, but you're planning that sometime in the future, in the nearest future, maybe in another few months' time from now, you're going to start your own thing, and you want to be very successful in whatever you do. My question to you is this: where you are right now, how diligent are you? How trustworthy are you? Can you be counted on? The reason why I'm saying this to you is because I don't want you to be amongst those who says, oh, I'm just being used in that place. I'm just being used. They are just using me, those kind of things. There's something I always say, when it comes to things like this. If you think you're being used, for instance, my question is this: how are you being used? Really, don't you understand that the reason why you, in the first place, think you're being used is because you're useful? Do you know useless people cannot be used? It's only useful people that can be used. So if you are being used, so to say, I put that in a bracket, because really, in a real sense, you're not really being used. It's because there is something in you that has been discovered, and it is because of your diligence. Maybe at the place of work, you're being singled out. Okay, you're being noticed to be different from amongst others. And so when there is any assignment to be done, when there's something, they needed something somebody they can count on, somebody they know will do the job, they consider you first. And that's the reason why they will look out for you. They will sort you out from amongst many. It's because you're special. It's because there's something about you. Don't you understand? Now let me say this to you. While you're doing that, you're growing. Okay? You're developing something from within you. All right. Tomorrow, by the time you start your own thing, do you know that the same thing you're doing where you are right now, you will do, and you will do much more? If you're not doing pretty well where you are right now, when you have your own thing going on, you will still not do very well. Trust me. You see, and that's very important. And that's why wherever you find yourself, whatever you find yourself doing, at any given point, put your best into it and make sure that you do the very best you can. Okay? Put in everything within you, every effort, everything within you. Make sure that that thing is coming out as success. You know why? Because that is just the way you are. Don't be someone else. Don't pretend to be who you are not. And let me say something to you. Don't do things because you are only being motivated by what you are being paid. Rather, do more than you are being paid. If you're working somewhere right now, trust me, you are developing something that is very unique and that is very great. Something that is going to make you stand out in life. Every successful people, trust me, wealthy people, millionaires, they're workaholic. You understand? They are people that do things, they put extra. So the earlier you start doing it, the better for you. Because it's a particular lifestyle that you find yourself, doing again and again. So is it not rather better that you develop yourself in a certain way that it's going to be advantageous to you, it's going to be beneficiary to you, not only to you, to others. And there's nothing wrong in being that useful in that context. So being useful is great. You have to be very, very diligent in whatever you do. It's very important. Put in extra efforts. You understand? And make sure you do things right. Be very accountable. It's very important. Because all this thing is going to tell when you start doing your own thing. You will do it well. You will do it so perfect. You understand? And by the time you do yours, the rate in which you will succeed will be so alarming. Okay? And perhaps, maybe you're doing your own thing right now. Let me say something to you. In this class, I know who I'm talking to. I know I'm talking to wealthy people. And I know wealthy people are not lazy people. Wealthy people are diligent people. They are those that give attention to details. And that is who you are. And that's why you're here, because you're just different. You're somebody special. And you see, you belong to the top. And that's why you're here. So it's a very good quality that you possess if you have, such quality of being very diligent in everything and anything you do in life. All right. So put in every effort. Put in your all. Make sure that nobody is talking you out of what you know is right. Because I know sometimes, and that's why I always talk about who are your friends, because I remembered a story of a young guy, working in a particular organization, and he's putting in his best, and he has his colleagues in his place of work, and at one point, they felt they were being used because the pay was not very buoyant, okay, and so they were being discouraged, and as a matter of fact, they started having this side talk, and he joined them. And I remember I had spoken to someone about what he's thinking, that maybe he's even going to leave the job. And I remember this person told him, he says, let me say something to you. You're mixing with the wrong people. They're advising you wrongly. Put in your best, okay? And grow from where you are. Why not consider doing something extra? And he was advised. As a matter of fact, he put in for a professional course, which he did. He passed. While he was still diligent in his place of work, he had this extra qualification. By the time he submitted it, that immediately gave him a promotion. It took him from amongst the rest and up, somewhere where he's doing very well paid, and he's happy where he is right now. Why am I saying this to you? I'm saying this to you for you to know that it pays to be diligent. It pays to stay focused. It pays to put in efforts in everything that you do. And you're doing your own thing. As you put in this into it, I can assure you one thing: you can only be very successful. Every wealthy individual are diligent people. Okay, they pay attention to details. Okay, they correct things. You know, they adjust where they need to adjust. Why? Because they have trained themselves. They've trained themselves in such a way that, you know, apart from the fact that they love what they do, which is very important. Okay, they put in their time into it. They put in efforts into it. They put in their being, their emotion into it, and ensuring that this thing that I'm doing, whether for themselves, whether for others, they are doing and they are putting in the very best, and at the end of the day, they are coming out successful in it. I can assure you one thing: you are successful. Diligent, be very diligent in your work, be very diligent in everything that you do, and I can assure you of one thing: success is yours. Okay, so anyway, I just thought it's very important that we discuss about this today. Diligence is very important, and tomorrow, of course, we'll be treating something also that is very important, and so don't miss it. I'll see you again tomorrow in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow is going to be day 13. Look out for it. I'll see you there. Bye for now.